There we go. We are rock and rolling today. So I'm going to start with Euro NZD. I took a sell on this on Friday. I'll tell you why. It's basically, I mean, it's about as risky a trade as that I'll ever take. So it's far from an A plus setup, and I'll just explain why. It down. So yeah, I'll just explain why and why, like I say, it was about as risky as anything that I've ever taken. So, and obviously, hopefully, you guys will maybe start taking something like that into consideration when you're thinking about pulling the trigger. So, Ali Fisher posted about the buy from here on the morning. Obviously, it's a low possible break there, mitigation. Ali bought up. And then obviously I started looking at possible targets for him. And obviously I noticed just sort of like started poking around up here at imbalances. So we've got about equal highs up there. Yeah, equal highs up here. And a big, we start getting some imbalances here. So obviously this push up here takes some internal liquidity, and then obviously it breaks to the downside, which then obviously gives Ali his entry. Just drop down because I want to show you that this is the candle that sort of like gave me the want to possibly sell from that area as long as it gave the right confirmations. So this candle here is obviously 15-second, 10-second, probably 5. Yeah, it's a good candle on all the time frames. So it's
the only one to give a decent bit of volume.
Yeah, so and then obviously it starts to move for it to start breaking previous lows as well. And obviously, like I say, it leaves equal lows, so liquidity to be taken just below. So taps into there. So I'll just pop back and show you. Just let me remove that. So obviously from this point here, so from this point here, it fills the imbalance. I forgot to say, sorry, I'll just run back stairs before I get to that. I marked this whole zone here, which I'll show you again shortly, probably in a minute, but it's not the best setup because there's possibly a little bit of imbalance just above this high here into this here, and possibly up here. So that's one of my main reasons for not wanting to initially take the trade. Now, I always tell people not to bother with break even, and this is why I went break even pretty much as soon as it comes out of the entry, because the change of character is not the best, and there's possible liquidity above, imbalance above with this becoming then liquidity. But it sort of changes character just about. Play some candles.
When you say other confirmations, Lee,
Yes, mate.
Is that all you're on about? You're just waiting for the change of character and just the way the price reacts?
Yes, mate. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously, I believe on the higher time frame it's bearish anyway. So we'll just double check in case I've read it wrong. So obviously it's swept this liquidity here. It is bearish overall. Obviously, if you look at all that, mate, it's higher time frame heading downwards. Obviously, it's taken swept this liquidity here, so there's a good chance that it would be this is the sweep, and now it's going to start breaking down to all start breaking this low possibly. So it's possibly the start of a big move. Yeah, there's just a few alignments. Like I say, it's down. It is heavily down. Obviously, it's short term, bullish, but overall it's short at the minute. But this also might be classed as a breaker structure as well. So as you can see from down here, obviously that creates a low, and then it has broke this high. But I was sort of hoping that this was a sweep, and I was trying to get in the trade to maybe carry it somewhere down.
Okay,
yeah, all right. So obviously that's just about breaks. It changes character here. So as obviously I've drawn my line across it. This wick just wicks below. So it changes characters below this one. Not the most convincing, but it does do it. And then obviously it enters here. The entries, again, the imbalances wasn't the best on the entry either, but obviously we've got this nice candle here, and there's possibly a couple of little bits up here, which is why I didn't just go for something like that. If this was these big candles here wasn't there, this would have been my entry, just his zonia plus spreads. But because of that, so in reality, probably the worst trade I would consider taking. Like I say, there's slight imbalances above the whole zone. Not the cleanest of changes of character, but yeah, it was. Other than that, it was a good trade, I guess. But
yeah, on that subject,
yes, mate. Yeah.
Do you use the wicks then as a? If it wicked out, would you class that as a breaker structure? Because I always thought like wicks were like distraction of true price.
Yeah, so it's obviously with my other strategy, I would definitely want a body close below, and I do prefer a body close below body. But for this, mate, for this sort of like intraday sort of thing, and I think it body closes. I think it does body close below anyway. But I'd much prefer the body to close below the whole of that wick anyway. That's obviously what I'd prefer, because then it just there's no question it's done it. It's done every body close wick below and all that anyway. So obviously it does the whole thing. That's better.
Yeah,
but
okay. It wouldn't put you off the trade if it was just wicked.
No. Obviously, I would say. I would say for higher time frames, I would say it's more important that it's the body. But once you start getting down to like maybe the minutes and lower, it doesn't matter, because it's just when you're this close in. I don't imagine the banks are looking at and trying to manipulate it so that it body closes below on the 1 minute. They just want to see signs that it's maybe broken below a zone sort of thing. So
right, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I'd definitely prefer it to just take the lot and body close and everything. It just shows intent that the price has been below long enough if it body closes below, rather than just a wick and a push back up.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was always a bit unclear about that, but yeah, that's fine, mate. Cheers.
No worries, mate. So yeah, so anyway, I moved my stop loss as soon as it come away. So I think as soon as it got down here, I moved to break even. And I hadn't had a proper look at this until I opened my laptop about 20 minutes ago. For the Zoom, and I think it actually does play out later on in the day. So we'll see if we can mark that up as we're going along. Obviously, if there's any questions, guys, please just jump in and ask away. So I think I would have been taken out there. Right. So as soon as it takes that high, tell you what. I'm on 50. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize on the 15 seconds. It was taking ages. Huh. There we go. So now that it's taken this high, obviously my low would then become here. So change of character will be moved. I think that's created a trend line as well. Oh, hang on, slow down, slow down. So yes, change of character. So breaks the high, creates a new low, breaks the high again. So new high, new low from this point here. Change of character there. But that was news, so I wouldn't have taken this anyway, I don't think. But if it's technically done what I wanted it to do again, because obviously this wick here does fill this imbalance in here. One of the imbalances that I was worried about. So yeah, it fills that imbalance, then does a change of character. So technically at this point I should have been thinking maybe about an entry. Something like that. Just delete this zone so it's clear to see. Get rid of that one as well. So yeah, fills that imbalance up here. Breaks, change character. Obviously it's higher time frame downtrending. Again, though it's new, so it's don't really count what we're doing now, but yeah. So technically that should have been the entry, assuming obviously all confirmation had been met. And then obviously we would be looking for targets. So when I was looking at that first one, I was always looking for this lower imbalance here to be filled. So something like that. Go with that. So yeah, I think that was about it should have been. Where's my marking gone? Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. So yeah, that's what pending should have been there. And obviously tapped in there nice. Taps in again. Which is why I don't normally say break even. And I don't actually know if this reaches down here, but it was my first target, so there you go. So that's that. and then it prats around afterwards. So yeah, that was Euro NZD possibility on Friday. 1 to 7, a big stop loss for what I would consider. But it would have been about 8 to me there. I think it's about a
It's
pip
actually
spread.
pretty simple, isn't it, when you sort of lay it all out?
Yeah, so I know I
Obviously,
commented in the
getting
group.
used to, but
Yeah, so I know I said in the group, obviously there's an imbalance fill, change of character, second imbalance fill. Obviously there's a slightly more to it that obviously you want it to be with the higher time frame trend. You want it to be high up in a structure leg or lower if you're looking for buys. There's obviously other confirmations, but if you just break it down, it's just an imbalance fill, change of character, second imbalance fill, and on the other side of the second imbalance fill is your entry. Because obviously this change of character here is your first sign. Obviously, this imbalance fill is. I mean, I've been through all these. I went through all these on Friday, and I'm sure there's I'm sure it looks like it on the 1 minute, but I'm sure this is balanced. So I don't think there's anything above this one here anyway. Nothing that stood out anyway. And I'm generally looking out for decent signs of imbalance anyway. So if there's nothing above for price to come and get, then I don't think price wants to go there, because unless there was liquidity, then I don't think there's anything for it to come back for. It's swept some liquidity to the left, which now it might aim for, obviously now creating a new lower low, or at least target this low here, because obviously you've got this structure being formed here at least. That's not exact because I've got the magnet on, but you get the idea. So I would at least think that price might want to come down, definitely fill this imbalance anyway, which it's sort of did on the first leg, I guess. But there's a nice bit of imbalance in here, which I'll show you in a minute as well. But as long as price, even if price is sort of like 15-minute bullish, like this structure is showing, it's at least, I would have thought it at least wants to come and test sort of like this area, or even the very low of this wick here. So it very much could have just come down here, and then might make a new high. But obviously, I wasn't trying to aim past this low here. I just knew there's a decent imbalance in here for a target. So obviously it's a bit different to my other system, where if my other system I had an entry here, I would be targeting this low. I'd be targeting imbalance down, this little imbalance here and things. But obviously, I think there's about relative equal lows or things around here, more imbalance. But this way is just more intraday sort of thing. You can still catch, like I said, that's marked as a 1 to 9. You can still catch bangers pretty much most days. To be fair, you just need to be looking at the right zones and targets and things. So I'll just show you this imbalance in here as well. Yeah, I thought Newswick. But yeah, as you see, Newswick equal lows under here. It's only on the 15-second, I guess. I don't know if that counts as equal lows, but there's imbalance to be filled still.
BPR as well.
Yeah, BPR, mate. It's the size of the imbalance that appeals to me, especially as a target. I mean, I'm not sure I'd class that as an actual BPR, to be fair, but maybe there. I mean, we're getting to the nitty gritty of the 10 and 5 seconds, but yeah, see, it disappears. So, but obviously this is a news candle, I'm guessing, 2 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. So that would have been NZD news, no doubt. But yeah, like I say, I was confident in the target. The target was actually the best part about me first entry in reality. But obviously, again, I protected myself by going to break even as soon as it pushed away, because I knew that it wasn't the best imbalanced fill on the first one. There was always a chance it would go for one above. But yeah, that's about it. Anyone got any questions, boys? Please chuck them in.
Yeah, Lee, could you show us inside that imbalanced on the 1 minute that you said was really filled? 'Cause I haven't got the seconds. I'm curious. Don't know. You said there was
this
a
one
nice,
here, mate. Sorry, up here.
that might have been it. Yeah, you said it looked clean, but when you looked inside it, it was balanced. Just curious to see inside it.
Oh yeah. No worries, mate. I think it was this one up here. What I'll do, mate, is I'll just I'll bar replay it to show you all of that imbalance. I know it's a bit tedious, but I imagine it's what most people are struggling with if they're trying to jump on the seconds charts. And so obviously
I don't have seconds yet, but so I'm only using minutes. But that's why I'm interested to see inside it.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. So that was the first imbalance fill that I took the first entry of. So price come up to about here somewhere or in here. So obviously draw a level line. This is how when I jump on the charts in the morning or whatever to find some little imbalances I'm looking for. So I always draw a level line. This might be so obvious to some of you, but you'd be surprised. So anything below this level line is filled. So it's null and void below this line. So I'm literally just coming across. And obviously, this is the high of the previous high. So this little imbalance just above here, that's imbalance for me.
And you're just looking for bits of price to sweep into.
Yeah, so obviously if this is a little high price action. And so when I would mark this up originally, so I did what I'm doing now, apart from obviously I deleted my blue line, and then I left I'm marking the boxes up for you to see, but I just marked a little yellow line and just says if it hits about there, give or take a pipette or so, then fine. So this is maybe a tiny bit in here. Not too convinced. It doesn't do anything either. I would maybe mark it. I'd say maybe that. Just between there and there is maybe imbalance. Not best. This is all too wicky and slow. So I would discount that. I'll come back over it on the sort of like 5 second, because sometimes the 5 really clears things up. But for now, I'll just do that. So obviously from anything below that's null and void. Got crossovers here, maybe a touch in here, but I don't like this. I don't like the candle change. And then I think this is where I said that I don't think it was best. Again, these two candles here, definitely not too much wick involved. Maybe here, but again, not the cleanest, I don't think. Obviously, it could come for it eventually, but these lower zones that are marked are far cleaner for me to be interested in. So I'll just show you that. I'll do it on the 5 now, so I'll maybe get to delete some of them higher areas. So 5 second, that was a first imbalance fill. Second imbalance fill. It's not the best on the 5, but there's still this candle on showing it's a big candle. So all this stuff just above here, balanced. That interests me. That does interest me. So does the one above it actually. The only issue with this one is it doesn't even lead to, it doesn't even break that low before it like reaccumulates. But so I won't be too bothered by that one. Maybe that one, but get up here, nothing in that. That wick takes anything of that. Come across. And then we got all this. This is the zone I think we was talking about. So there's no imbalance in that. Nothing in the slightest interests me in that. Obviously, we could keep going up. Same again. There's maybe a touch in there, but this pretty much fills it. Maybe that. Not sure, but you get the general idea. If this week it comes and starts filling some of them others, or even maybe this, I'd maybe change my mind if it. Obviously, if price came up and favour to the right and fills that imbalance there. This one here, if it fills that, changes character, I'd maybe consider a sell from it, but I'd definitely prefer the cleaner looking ones. So, and obviously, if we only take the cleaner looking, easier setups, then chances are we're going to get caught out less times. So, hopefully, that was helpful to anybody.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
No worries, mate. I'm just going to have a look at, obviously, unless people have got questions and want me to cover anything else, I'm going to have a look at UJ because Daniel Taylor, I believe it was looking at UJ and he said he couldn't go far enough back. So I just want to see if I can do it for him and mark up something that he had. Third of Jan, here. Right, so got that right. I think I got that right. Red box. Ah, yeah, that might be the one. That might be it. So, he was talking about UJ from this. So I'm assuming he's looked at possibly an imbalance fill in here. And then obviously price possibly comes into this and does a 1 minute shift. Play that a minute until it gets there. So just delete that. Cause. So I'm just going to go check Discord, make sure it's the right time, the right day I'm looking at. 3rd of Feb. That one. Yeah, so yeah, we here. So we change to the 1 minute from there because I know he couldn't. So that's the wrong day still. But straight away, we've got equal those there. Yeah, he must have seen it. He must be thinking of that imbalance fill there, I guess. Obviously, it comes lower. The whole, obviously, I don't think he'll be able to go below the 1 minute anyway to have a look, but I'll assume he's seen an imbalance fill in there anyway. And he said Wednesday, 3rd of Feb. Yeah, this is going well, isn't it? Third of Feb. So I'll just change the 1 minute. Yeah, so that'll be the one. I think what he was trying to look at was this low here. So obviously to the left, I think he's filled a one like an imbalance somewhere. Then from here we get a change of character. So above this here. Just let me put my T down. Change of character there. And possibly get a buy from maybe there. No. 3rd of Feb. 2. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I need to look at the dates properly. But is there any more questions, guys? Because I'll maybe call it there if not.
No, I think I'm up for questions, mate. What you got lined up for the week? Anything lined up for the week?
I've not had a look at the minute, mate. So I've got a handover on a job. It hands over a week tomorrow. So I've got a chaotic week coming up. So yeah, I've not got anything marked up. I'll have a look when I get into work in the morning at 6:30, but I've got nothing on the radar as such. So
yeah, okay. I've been looking at oil as well. I've been looking at oil and US 30.
yeah.
230 stock open.
Oh yeah.
Usually just a sweep, isn't it? That 230 open.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Is
not unusual, is it? When I was looking at it, I kept thinking seeing 230. Anywhere like between 230 and 330 is kind of like just where the sweep is, and then
yeah. Have you I mean, it might be worth you speaking to Brad Hawkins, mate. I think he's doing it, so he's definitely worth a chat, mate. If you're
How was he doing? What, just going off the 230 sweet?
230 sweet, mate. Yeah, I convinced him to do some back testing and everything, mate. So he's got. He should have carried it on, obviously, if he's journaling that. So he should have data and things like that, mate.
Yeah. What sort of pairs is he? What sort of is he doing? US 30 and
Yes, so he's definitely doing. I'm sure he's doing the US 30 and probably the 100.
yeah.
But yeah, have a chat with him, mate.
Yeah,
It'd be the best person to. I've never looked at it, mate, so I don't.
No,
I
it
can't
seems to
offer
happen quite.
any.
Nah, that's all right. It just seems to happen quite. When I was looking at it, I was thinking, okay, this happen quite often.
Yeah.
But the oil's quite good for it as well.
Yeah.
If you ever get time, have a look on oil. But
When does oil open? Is it an American market? Yeah.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
stock as well. Whereas a commodity, I think it is. Is that right, Lee?
Uh,
But that's
I don't know what it
230.
falls under, mate, but I know
It's a
it's.
commodity.
Yeah, I don't know what it falls under, mate, but I do like oil, so it is nice.
I see.
God, that
I've started looking at it. It's quite. You get quite a lot of sweets, but just not a lot of. I haven't really looked into it too much, but not a lot of 1 minute change characters back into it.
yeah.
You do get a lot of sweeps. So I'm just sort of going to start measuring how big the sweeps are on certain days and stuff, and what
Yeah.
sweeps
I
into. And
mean, it looks like there's probably a nice little one in here, mate, just for a standard. Obviously, it's
yeah,
breaking above these here, probably a mitigation, big push up. But it worked. It gave a few beautiful entries on my main system a while back. Clean as a whistle on both of them as well. Yeah, one into
yeah.
the other as well. It was, and I think
I
I've
think I
got a
remember
couple of.
somebody saying they just move a lot more smoothly.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it might
because
be
of
Cal or
obviously
someone.
the numbers on the side here, because they're obviously like only like 2 or 4 digits, I guess. If you get down to I think once you get down like past the minute, it's real like grainy looking.
Yeah,
But it moves nice, and obviously I think because of the asset that it is, it's sure it's commission free as well. So
yeah.
yeah, I do quite like it. I don't really. It's pretty much at the bottom of my listings that I look at, but
Yeah, I just thought it'd be just something different to look at, really, just to
yeah,
see how it
yeah,
moves. But yeah, it seems I'm gonna back test it and see what I find.
yeah. I mean, it might be worth looking at something in here as well for maybe sells, mate, in the coming
Yeah,
week. Yeah, because I mean, it's wicked the high here, which looks like a trend line, possibly. Got a nice 2, 3 maybe there, 4 touches, sweet. Started breaking below,
mm-hmm.
so it might be a case of filling an imbalance in here, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously I know you're doing the 230, looking at the 230 thing on it.
No, yeah, no, I was just joking, saying that'd be 230.
Yeah, it will be, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
But again, like you say, I mean, we're on the 1 minute, so I'd have to get lower if I was interested. But there'll be some nice imbalances to sort of like look at in here. But I mean, this is a prime example of how important imbalances are. Imbalance here fills it, starts reacting out of it again, sells off. I'm assuming that'll get filled here.
yeah, it's just one word on the list, really, for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I say, it is nice, mate. I do like it. I should look at it more, really. I should maybe put it before quite a few other pairings, I guess. I mean, I probably shouldn't have even been looking at Euro NZD on Friday because it's a terrible pair to trade. But
Oh, really?
well, I mean, it's the spread's high on it. I think the spread's just over a pip on my account. So for me, it should be at the back of the list because there's stuff with better spreads. So yeah, there's definitely better stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I think this is probably still going a touch higher at least. But yeah, obviously it's not body closed above. I mean that's just I don't know what that was, but yeah, I think that might come mitigate something here and sell off.
Spread hour on this, would they?
Monday night, no, it'd be 10 till 11, won't it? So it's after spread hour. Something happened. But yeah, I'll definitely keep my eye on this, mate. But yeah, I'd definitely recommend speaking to Brad on about the 230 suite, mate. And
yeah, okay, I'll give the message.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All right, I'll call it there, guys. All right.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Cheers, boys. If there's anything, boys, just chuck it in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer it. All right. Cheers,
Tommy,
guys.
I spoke to Brad earlier. Tom Brady.
Hawkins, it was.
Yeah, which Tom are you, Tom?
I'm Tom Burn.
Tom Burn. I'll send you a message in a minute.
Yeah, nice one, mate. All right.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, mate.